Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining Discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. Within this podcast, we're going to focus on self-improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We'll also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 217 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days in a row, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I had also challenged myself to run 1,500 miles within this time frame. Now, this is my second year ever officially running. To the first full year, at the age of 31, I was able to run 1,002 miles within 175 days out of the year in 2020. So, me going for 1,500 miles this year is over a 50% increase in the amount of miles as opposed to last year. And me going for 365 days is over 100% increase in the amount of days as opposed to last year. Not to mention, this year, it's all days in a row with no days off. If that wasn't enough for the yearly challenge, I decided to take it up even another notch and add two big races within that time frame. One of them being a 50K trail race, 31 miles, out in the woods on a trail, quite a bit of elevation. I was actually able to finish that race on June 5th in 7 hours, 15 minutes, and 22 seconds. That was the Yankee Springs 50K trail race out of Middleville, Michigan. So I got that one done. Officially, I'm an ultra runner and was able to keep the streak alive since that run. Now we got the next big race coming up in October. That is the Detroit Free Press Marathon, and I'll be doing the Motor City Challenge of that race, which entails me running the competitive 1 mile and the competitive 5K the day before the actual marathon. Other than that, we could kind of talk about mileage. I don't have official mileage for the day, week, month, or year, but I'll do a snippet and add it in. But for the day, we're going to be right on 4.7, doing the same run for the fourth day in a row. Fifth day, actually, but fourth day of the week in a row. Just running down to the river and back. But like I said, I don't have the official mileage for the week, month, or year, so I will cut a little snippet in right here that gives you the official mileage.
Daily mileage 4.7, weekly mileage 18.9, monthly mileage 23.7, yearly mileage 1026.4.
Now that we've talked about the mileage, let's focus on the monthly miles. Every single month I challenge myself to do a 100-mile challenge, and I do it in honor of a charity in which I donate money to and try to raise more money and awareness for through a fundraiser that I start that's coinciding with the 100-mile challenge in my donation. So for the first 7 months we were able to raise money for 7 great charities. Now we're sitting here in the month of August and we're raising more money for another great charity. Here in the month of August, we're raising money for the National Psoriasis Foundation. I believe that's what it is. I don't have it offhand. I should know, but we're only 5 days in. Still trying to get my bearings with it. But I chose the Psoriasis Foundation because I have struggled with psoriasis for most of my life. Eventually got to the age where hasn't bothered me as much. It is what it is. But growing up with it as a teenager and young, being bullied with it, definitely wanted to donate money, try to raise awareness for this cause, because they're actually looking into trying to figure out what causes psoriasis, how to prevent it and all that stuff, and treat it. It is an autoimmune disease, so it's your body attacking itself. But like I said, that is going to be the fundraiser for the month of August. If you'd like to donate to that, you can find the link to do so on the Defining Discipline Instagram story or Facebook story, or my personal page's Instagram or Facebook story. Give me 1 second, guys. Within those stories, you can click on the link, which will open up the actual donation page where you're able to make your donations. All donations that get made to this fundraiser go directly to this fundraiser. Facebook is not taking any cut or portion of your donations. That's why we continue to do it through Facebook. Not to mention the fact that we are trying to raise awareness as well, and it's easy to share and spread awareness for the fundraiser through social media such as Facebook. So now that we got that out of the way, if you're unable to donate though, you guys can click that share button, and that helps and goes a tremendous long way as well to sharing it, to put it on your page, letting people know what it's about. Goes a long way, especially if you want to help out but you just don't have the funds to donate this month. So that's another way you can help out. Other than that, we can quickly talk about how I have been doing a word of the day, which entails me just talking about a word of the day, because I've been trying to really expand my vocabulary, and I've also been trying to read a lot more to also expand my vocabulary. The reading, the book has kind of fell to the wayside this past month and towards the end of last month, just because I've been so busy with work, but do plan to get back to it. And yeah, we're going to take a quick pause here though before we talk about the word of the day, because we got a lot banned. Let's check them out. That's a VFW, baby. Thank you for your service. Other than that, we were talking about word of the day. We will cut in a little snippet for the word of the day right here so you can get that.
Today's word of the day is infix, a derivational or inflectional affix appearing in the body of a word. For example, you have cupful, spoonful, and passerby. An infix would be cups full, spoons full, or passers by, using an S as an infix.
All right, so now, like, we went through the intro, we've talked about Miles, we talked about the fundraiser, we talked about the word of the day, talked about the reading, got a little snippet from the band here, jamming out at the VFW. Let's get into today's actual episode. Episode 217. So for today's episode, today's theme is going to be momentum. I want to talk about momentum today, guys, because momentum is something that a lot of us don't think about, but it is such a huge factor in the way we decide and make our decisions. Let's hear what the pace is. A lot slower than the last few days, but hey. So, momentum. And the reason I want to talk about momentum, and like I said, how it really determines a lot, is because no matter if your momentum is in the right direction or the wrong direction, it's going to continue to tumble that way. So if things are starting to go good and continuously going good, you're probably in that groove of the momentum of pushing yourself and getting through it. But like I said, you could also have a backwards momentum where it seems like no matter what happens, you're just getting a bad hand dealt to you. And I get it, it happens. Sometimes bad things do happen continuously over and over and over again. There's no way out of it, but that momentum, if you fall into that momentum of thinking that way as well, that they're going to continuously only happen to you, they will. So the reason I wanted to talk about momentum is because, like I said, when you get in that groove and you start getting in that flow state, things are going to follow the law of science, and when you have momentum, it's going to continue with that way. But our mental abilities can also really sway the momentum in a certain direction. So if things are going bad for you, and continuously try to start thinking positive thoughts, because I can almost bet you're not. This is something I want to talk about because it's something I've experienced myself when I went through that situation. So, right now I'm on the momentum of getting out here every day and following and running, putting in the work, continuing it. Some plenty of days, especially like today, didn't want to get out there. I took a nap after work. Didn't want to get out there, felt sore, felt tired. First mile, wanted to just turn around and call it a day. But I let the momentum of the last 216 days before this day carry me and help me keep pushing on. So for today's Daily Discipline, episode 217, guys, it's to find your momentum and to find it in the right direction. Like I said, maybe your momentum is heading downward. You definitely need to try to put a pause to that and turn it around and start heading in the right direction. So for your daily discipline, find your momentum, get out there and grind. So that is your daily discipline for the day today. Episode 217. Get out there, find your momentum, and get it into the positive direction. And let it just continuously flow. Continuously think positive thoughts. They do lots of wonders. Trust me, this is coming from someone who did the opposite for many, many years. Other than that, thank you guys so much for following along and listening to the Defining Discipline podcast. If you guys can, give us a like, a subscribe, a follow, and a share on our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever podcast platform you listen on. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 218. Peace.